Welcome back for another tasty, simple recipe. Today's recipe is going to be slow cooker honey garlic chicken and veggies. Super easy meal, but it is super filling as well. So let's get started. So yes, you heard it right. This recipe is slow cooker honey garlic chicken and veggies. Let's go through all of the ingredients you'll need for this recipe. You'll need 8 bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs. I have 2 packages here, each have 4 in them. And then you'll also need 16 ounces of the baby red potatoes. These will be halved. You also want to go ahead and grab a 16 ounce, that's a 16 ounce pack of baby carrots. And you also want a 16 ounce package of green beans, and you want to go ahead and trim those as well. Now the recipe also calls for 2 tablespoons of fresh chopped parsley. I do not have any fresh chopped parsley. I do have the seasoning parsley, but I don't want to use that, so I'm just going to keep that out of my recipe. It is so horrible, the weather outside, that I don't want to go ahead and run to the store for parsley, but I would recommend adding it into the recipe. Fresh parsley is amazing. So you're going to need a couple of other ingredients. Over here we have some soy sauce. You want a half cup of soy sauce along with a half cup of honey. You also want a 1/4 cup of ketchup. You want 2 cloves of minced garlic. You want some dry basil, and then you want some dry oregano as well, and a 1/4 teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes, and then also some black pepper as well to season. All right, so go ahead and grab a large bowl. We're gonna start adding in some of our ingredients. The first one is the soy sauce. Now this is the less sodium Great Value brand from Walmart. We need a half cup of soy sauce. Next, we're gonna wanna add in a half cup of honey. Add in a 1/4 cup of ketchup. I am not a ketchup fan, so this part of the recipe is very difficult for me. Add in your 2 cloves of minced garlic, 1 teaspoon of dried basil, half a teaspoon of dried oregano, 1/4 teaspoon of the crushed red pepper flakes, and then the recipe also calls for a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, so I'm just gonna add according to what I think would be a 1/4 of a teaspoon. And then go ahead together and whisk together all of the ingredients. All right, so I've moved the mixture off to the side, and it's gonna be a little tough kind of mixing it at first, but it will definitely get easier. What I did was I just rinsed off my potatoes and my baby carrots, 16 ounces of both. I'm gonna go ahead and half them as far as the potatoes and put the carrots all together in a large bowl. All right, so I have a 6-quart slow cooker here. You want a larger size one because we've got a lot of goodies, a lot of hearty items to go in there for your meal. So what I did was I took the chicken thighs, I rinsed them off, and then I pat dry them with a paper towel. So I'm gonna go ahead, I am going to add in my chicken, my potatoes and carrots, and then my soy sauce mix as well. And then what I like to do is just kind of like make sure all of the juices. You can see they're on the chicken, they're on the vegetables. Just kind of move it around with a spoon. All right, everything is all set. Now you're probably wondering, where are the green beans? The green beans we are going to add in about a half hour before our meal is complete. You do not want to put them in now or they will turn to mush city. So set those aside in the fridge. What you want to do is you can either cook this on low for 7 to 8 hours or on high for 3 to 4 hours. And what you want to do is once those juices, it gets really liquidy, you kind of just want to mix things around, baste the chicken, make sure that they get all of the delicious flavors so it tastes really good. So do that a couple times throughout it cooking. But today I am rushed for time, so I'm gonna go ahead and cook it on high for 3 to 4 hours. So at about the 3.5 hour mark, after checking it a couple times and basting it, I'm gonna go ahead and add in those green beans. All right, it's been cooking for over 3.5 hours. So for the last half hour, I'm gonna go ahead and add in the green beans, kind of mix things around a bit, and then go ahead and put the top back on for another half hour. And too, with the green beans, don't forget to rinse them and then to trim them on each side. You can line up several of them and just trim them and get the ends cut off on both sides. So what I like to do is I like to take the chicken out of the crock pot about 10 minutes before the 4 hours is up, and I cook it on broil for about 3 to 4 minutes just to add a little crispness to it. And while the chicken is in the broiler, just continue cooking the vegetables. All right, so here's everything finished. We have our vegetables, and I took the chicken out of the broiler about 4 minutes in, so it got a little crispness to it. You can see it over here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and plate my chicken. All right, now I'm just gonna take some of the juice that's left over in the crock pot and top it over every piece of chicken, the vegetables, and you can even save some for any leftovers that you have if you want to pour a little on top before you go ahead and refrigerate them. All right, guys, and there you have it. Super yummy, super moist, slow cooker, honey garlic chicken and veggies. Real easy recipe to go ahead and do in the crock pot. Takes no time at all. Definitely add this into your recipe library for your next meal. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and be sure to click that subscribe button for more hearty, delicious recipes.